Red Raiders. This was a delayed time. The game will not start for another half hour, but we do have some prelims with the Queen in her court. As of right now, we do not know who the Queen is. Here comes the Red Raiders at Washington Courthouse. It's a sloppy field out there, Keith.
Oh, yeah, it's very sloppy tonight, but I think kids are going to just have to get used to it. I think, actually, Gary, I think this gives big benefit to the Red Raiders. And the type of ball game that they play on offense versus what Washington Courthouse plays, a little bit more wide open system. So advantage Raiders thanks to the rain, but they still got to play it up and strap it up between the stripes. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I was reading in the dispatch today where most of the better teams have picked up. It's a more wide open game. It's a passing game. Those are the teams that usually end up getting to the finals and to the state and all that kind of stuff. So
well, it seems like it runs in cycles. Basically, a lot of the passing's been a result of the defenses that they're playing.
Okay, hold up.
Let's go to the PA announcer.
Our 2002 homecoming court. Welcome them as they arrive in front of the stand. Our first member of the court to walk out is senior Mackenzie Allen. Mackenzie is a member of the varsity team for the past 4 years. Mackenzie has also been active in show choir, school, and community musicals, and she is the vice president of the National Honor Society. Mackenzie enjoys being in 4-H. She is a camp counselor, and she is the 4-H Junior Fair Board vice president. Next year, she plans to attend college and major in education. Mackenzie is being escorted by Clint Clark, and she is being followed by her parents, Steve and Sue Allen.
I don't know if we can pick that up from the PA. That was Mackenzie Allen being escorted by Clint Clark, and she's a candidate for Queen.
Volleyball for the past 4 years. She is a member of Bold, Field Studies, and Show Choir. This year, Sarah is the Student Council Treasurer. She's been a member of Student Council for 4 years. Next year, she plans to attend college and major in education. Sarah is being escorted by Matt Long, followed by her parents, Alicia Pullen and Rob McKelvey.
Pick that up. That was Sarah McKelvey, candidate for Queen. Her escort tonight, Matt Long.
Jamie has been involved in cross-country and basketball. She is currently playing soccer. She will run track in the spring. Jamie is the senior class treasurer. She is a member of Bold, L Club, and National Honor Society. In her free time, Jamie enjoys playing tennis. Next year, she plans to attend Ohio University. Jamie is being escorted by Ryan Finn and is being followed by her parents, Rebecca Ritchie and Bill Odie.
And that's Jamie Odie, and candidate for Queen, being escorted by Brian Chin. That's Natalie Willard, being escorted by Ryan Hill. Her mother was the homecoming queen here in the late 70s. We'll just put it that way. And that's your fifth candidate for Queen, Corey Russell, being escorted by Marcus Russell. Or Corey Wilson, I'm sorry. That's last year's queen coming in, and her last name is Howard, I believe.
Shelley Howard.
What is it, Carl?
Shelley Howard.
Shelley Howard. Thanks, Carl. Folks, I just announced Natalie Willard as your homecoming queen.
That's the one I had picked.
You picked last year's one too, didn't you?
Yeah.
2 for 2.
Now for the traditional seal of approval representing the LHS football team, our captains Jordan Bruck, Tyler Buchanan, Pat O'Farrell, and Nick DeFilippo.
Where are the players?
Well, actually, I think somebody forgot to tell the players they're supposed to come over and kiss the queen.
Yes.
Yeah, they've had to kind of organize this thing at the last second because of the rain delay, so.
London athletes, past and present, Jackie Jones and Owen Ryan have been selected by their fellow senior athletes to run down the field for ITL, a London homecoming tradition.
Here's your 2 runners this year. Jackie Jones, she's been involved in volleyball and softball. She's captain of the volleyball team this year, merit honor roll student, be attending Utah State University to major in communications. And Owen Ryan, who's captain of the soccer team. He's played 4 years, student council, and he's heading off to West Point Military Academy next year.
And they're going to give us a big, long shot of the L. What a good shot of that, Carl. Matter of fact, the beginning of this program, I have the L on there from last year.
Might be able to catch in the background there if there's enough light. It's our newest lake in London. I call it Lake London. Down on the left-hand edge of your football stadium. Everything looks like a lake tonight. We got a lake on one sidelines, too.
Let there be fire. Bring it in tight. There we go. Very good. We rolling?
Yeah.
Okay, we're getting ready to get this game started. We've got about 2 minutes for the initial kickoff, London has, they decided to go on offense from the get-go. And Courthouse is lined up right now to get out. This game has been delayed because some really nasty rainstorms came through earlier. Matter of fact, we thought it was going to blow us off of here. And we hung it out, and they decided to start it a good hour, about an hour later than it normally would have. We did get the Queen. They weren't able to come in the big Corvettes, but they did walk down the track, and Natalie Willard is the Queen. And for the second year in a row, I picked the Queen. We just had the London coaches come in.
We got quite a bit of activity up here because whenever it's raining like this, it seems like everybody suddenly becomes a reporter.
I know. I noticed that.
We got a lot of volunteers down at the concession stand too. There's a lot of people down there working. So.
I'm gonna turn this up for a second here, Carl.
What?
I was letting Keith hear what you was hearing during the when they announced the Queen in her court. Okay, here's London fired up. It's ironic that the beginning that we put on this program was the L, and I didn't have a clue. I didn't even think about them lighting the L on homecoming night. So we got another shot of the L.
Here comes the Raiders.
Here comes the Red Raiders. They're fired up and ready to go. They're coming off a loss to Utica last week. They were kind of, I think they shot themselves in the foot, but biggest part of the time. A lot of turnovers and incomplete or intercepted passes, stuff like that. And this is something they have to work on this week to try to eliminate turnovers. You can't win turning the ball over 3, 4, and 5 times.
Well, Washington Courthouse is 2-2 on the year. They started off with a win against Wilmington, got shut out by Circleville 30-0. They lost to Kings Mill in week 3, and then last week they beat Fairbanks 35-21. As far as offense goes, you're going to see them line up a lot of kids in a lot of different positions. The main one you're going to see them use a lot is number 7, Troy Brown. He's a junior, very athletic. You know, last year as a defensive back, he led the state in interceptions with 11 interceptions as a sophomore. So, a good athlete.
I think we're going to see some good football tonight, Carl. Be sure that you've got it adjusted to get crowd noise. We do have a crowd out there, believe it or not, in all this weather. Looks like a pretty good crowd.
Yep. I was watching number 5 in warm-ups. He seems to have a pretty decent leg. Daniel Willis.
Oh, Danny. Yeah, he can kick.
Left-footed?
Yep.
Yep. Left-footed.
That looks like high but short. Down the right-hand side looks like Sean Myers. Number 12 goes into the scrum and looks like he brings it back to about the London 26-yard line.
So they're going to start out at the 26-yard line, 1st and 10 for London. We have a ball game underway at 8:30 at Bowlers Field.
Now, one thing to remember, these two teams are going to be seeing a lot of each other. They're in the league together now, and then they're going to be in the newly formed SCOL here, the 6-team division. So we'll probably be seeing a lot of Courthouse.
We've seen too much of them in the past few years anyway. First handoff, quick handoff to Jordan Brock, I believe, and there's, like you said, nothing doing that time.
Well, Troy Brown, number 7, thought there was a fumble there. He was going to try to take that one back. But
2nd and 10, just barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Ball's on the 27-yard line.
You'll see Courthouse line up in a couple different defensive sets. A lot of times they run a 4-4, which will put 8 men in the box, and eventually this is their 5-man front here. So they watched game tape against Utica. Boy, Buchanan hands off to Matt Russell, and there ain't nothing doing there.
It doesn't look like a little activity even after the initial takedown. So Courthouse might be a little bit fired up here.
Well, saw big number 56 there for Courthouse, Sean Dumford. We heard his name a lot last year making tackles. 6'6", 260.
Yo. And this is not going to be the easiest way to time to throw the ball because we've had a lot of rain and it's still raining. And the footing is not going to be very good either. That field, believe it or not, is soaked and wet.
Single coverage, no deep safety for Courthouse. They're putting 8 or 9 men into the box. They watched the Courthouse tapes.
Brock drops one tackler, gets by one, but then he hits a host of tacklers. Brought down by number 2. And that's by Matt Smith and Corey Brown.
Punting situation here. Cody Arabia, your deep snapper. Brock back to kick. It's fluttering down rain here, and the field's very wet, so special teams, we could see some exciting things happen.
This kick happened about an hour ago. That ball has really been moving.
Nice kick by Jordan.
Good kick.
That's Troy Brown
Takes
back
a London
there.
bounce.
Oh, they're just going to let it go. Number 3, Roger Conger there, didn't
Rolled that on about the 21-yard line.
Nice punt, about 42, 43 yards there. One guy London's going to miss tonight on defense is their nose guard, John Lewis. I guess he broke his ankle in practice on Tuesday, so we're going to see apparently a little bit more Ty Blake and a little bit more, maybe even a little bit of Tyler Scott in there playing some defensive nose tackle. They've been rotating linemen in and out quite a bit, so you know they've still got an experienced line, even though one of their starters went down.
Wow.
Wow, that was a hit.
77.
Is that Tyler Blake? 77?
Yep.
77.
Okay, he shot through a gap there between the tackle and the guard, and nice play.
The ball carrier. Tackle by number 77, Ty Blake.
Ty Blake shot through there and made something happen, didn't he? Just making 2nd and 11.
Well,
21-yard line where the ball spotted.
it's Champ Johnson.
Look at that water splashing around where
Yeah. I didn't even see who's got the ball. I guess they handed it to fullback. Did he hand it or pitch it?
Handed.
he handed it off to him.
Wow, that was tricky. They run kind of a power wing, or whatever terminology you want to use for it. You know, they use number 7, Troy Brown, quite a bit in a wing to one side or the other. They used Steven Jackson there last year quite a bit, and he was one of their main runners, even though he's not lined up directly behind the quarterback. So this time, pro formation, they just put Brown in like a tailback position. He's rolling on the bootleg. Get him, Derek. Get him.
Side.
Pat O'Farrell got him.
This looks like this could be a fun game, but not until after I believe he made the first down.
55, Pat O'Farrell.
I don't think he's got it.
They're moving and change.
Yep, they're signaling him to go.
He might have slid 5 yards.
Yeah. Officials out here.
O'Farrell didn't look like he really got a good hang on him. He just tripped him up, and it's so slippery out there and wet.
Just knock him off balance and let him slide. This official crew is some guys from Marion County that used to do basketball games when I was in high school.
Is that right?
Mr.
First
Duck,
and 10 on the 33-yard line.
that time they handed number 7. Wow. Looks like London's getting some nice splits on the
London's
gaps
getting
there.
some good to that's Troy Brown, who's the ball carrier.
Shingler and Ty Blake into the backfield right away there. That was pretty amazing.
Not much up the middle.
They're not showing much up the middle, are they? So far, anyway.
They'll have to go around the ends.
London, a bunch of mutters out there.
Yeah, this could potentially be a pretty fast ball game. We see a lot, with the rain and the field is slippery and wet as it is. You can see a lot of running plays tonight. It's like Johnson hands off that time to.
And he's got back to the original line of scrimmage, maybe picked a yard.
Couldn't pick up the number of the runner there. That was
55.
Number 55, I believe. O'Farrell made the tackle.
Despite London's loss last week, they're still in 5th place in the region as far as points, and these are the official ones after week 4 games have been completed. So,
I finally got Carlos' headphone together, so we'll all be able to hear him pretty good tonight.
This time they got one man in the slot, one fullback. Short pass.
Look in.
Jordan Brock.
Jordan Brock, and he's got a penalty.
Jordan Brock.
It's no contest. Jordan Brock all the way. London draws first blood on intercepted pass by Jordan Brock, who raced about 45 yards for the score.
I didn't see who got the tip, but I tell you, DeFilippo was looking pretty excited out there. I think maybe he might have got the tip.
That's how you make things happen. That's what was happening to, remember the guy up at Utica took the ball and then tipped it to himself.
Yep.
Make things happen. So Brock puts us on the scoreboard with 6:50 to go in the first quarter. After an hour of rain delay, 6-0.
I think extra points are going to be really important tonight because I think this game's going to be close.
You think so, huh?
I do. I think it's going to be a good.
London owes them a whooping.
Yep, 38-0 last year.
It's up and it's there.
Man.
It's good.
Yeah, right.
Beautiful. Sean Myers puts it through, makes a score 7-0.
Pretty much looked like he took a divot on that. There seemed like more water flying than the football, so.
Took a divot, huh?
He did.
Hey, Carl, nice shot of the scoreboard. And I did watch the tape this past week, and the video was wonderful.
Thank you.
I think he likes you, Carl.
No, Courthouse is also in the same region with London, which is Division III, Region 12. And they're down at 20th place in the region right now. But they're only 2-2, and the teams they beat really haven't done that much. So, you know, I think the Red Raiders have probably played a little tougher schedule so far.
Yeah. London's getting ready to do their first kickoff for the night. Myers does most of the kicking. He doesn't punt, but he does. I'm sure he probably can.
Mm-hmm.
Number 12, John Myers, prepared to kick off for the Raiders.
I saw the official trying to jump a water puddle just a minute ago.
Yeah, they try to get the ball to Troy Brown as much as they can. He's the deep back for the kickoff, number 7. They're giving Myers a lot of respect on this rainy night. He's way deep.
He puts the foot to it, and it's going to be a nasty bounce. Stop.
It's going to go into the end zone.
Oh, I'd like to see him stop on the 1-yard line.
It's coming back out to the...
Ball go out to the 20.
That'd make you pick it up, wouldn't it?
The Lions take over. Blue Lions, that is.
Yeah, Blue Lions.
Take over on the 20-yard line, 1st and 10, with 6:50 to go in the first quarter.
Rain continues to come down. It doesn't seem very heavy from up here, but I'm sure it's pretty wet down there.
Yeah, you can see it in the puddle. It's
coming down.
It's going to rain.
Now this time, so Johnson's going away. That's Brown. He's quick.
He got him a hole there, and he's going to get about 6-7 yards on that carry.
Nice tackle by Jordan Brock. As a safety, he's just got to kind of float over and keep following the play. He can't really come upfield too quick because he's the last man there to make the tackle. So.
And number 7, he got some good footing that time. Troy Brown. Seemed like he's able to make that turn.
Well, see, like this time they're going to split him out to the bottom of your screen. They'll do all kinds of things with him.
I'm hearing a hum, Carl. They've been too loud.
That's a big fullback, Adam Keaton. We heard his name a lot last year. He was one of their starting. He was their starting fullback last year.
They're moving the chains, so it's going to be 1st and 10. Ball spotted at the 35-yard line. Lions have gotten them a couple first downs so far. It's turning out to be not too bad of a night after all that nasty rain we got. It stood up.
Right. That's Arabia and looks like Wes Mason.
69 Mason.
Your gaggle.
It's your traditional gaggle. Only it wasn't the Ducks, Carl.
I think London's winning the line of scrimmage battle on red versus white.
So far.
I mean, defensive line's getting very good penetration.
Of course, we're only into the game just a few minutes. We got 5.5 minutes, 5:15 to go in the first quarter. London on top, 7-0.
This time they got Brown back in the eye. They're
Quarterback
optioning this
keeper.
way.
All right.
Oh, man. He's going to wake up sore in the morning if he's running that play.
I don't know if are they getting good enough footing to really hurt each other.
Well, he's not very big. Champ Johnson, he's 6'1", 175.
Old Champ. He one of them Johnson boys. Third down. This is the 50s homecoming week also. You think we might have some of them down in the stands?
Well, the only thing we can see from here is the tops of umbrellas. So
Yeah.
this is 3rd and 9. This is a big play for Courthouse. May see a pass. They fake it, roll it up to the top of your screen.
He's trying to get some footing. He keeps the ball.
They'll try to run it.
He's loose, and he's going to be short of a first down by about 3 yards. That's number 11, Champ Johnson.
One of them Johnson boys.
Yeah, that's the same Johnson boy.
Looks like Sean Myers on tackle there for the Red Raiders.
That brings up 4th and 1. What do you do here, Keith?
I'd say if you're across the
Carl said punt.
if you're across the 50 on a rainy, sloppy night, I might try it.
What did you say, Carl?
Absolutely punt.
But let's see how their long snapper does. London's got 2 men back, Brock and Myers. It's like good snap. Kind of a short kick, fair catch.
He kicked it real quick. If you could have seen him kicking, his feet were both back on the ground. Seemed like before the ball got to 10 feet in the air. So London's going to take over 1st and 10. And they're going to start at about the 29 or 30-yard line. 1st and 10. Do it again. 7-0 is your score. 3:44 left in the first quarter.
There's a mismatch down here on the bottom of your screen. London's got 2 receivers out, and they're just playing a deep safety in a corner on them. I guess London didn't see that. Hand off to Russell, or must be Brock. Nothing doing there.
Yeah, they are probably lining up pretty heavy inside there. I'm sure they watched the Utica film or scouted it, and they're probably going to take their chances on not being able to get the pass off. Brock comes out. We've got Jerry Walters in the game now.
2nd and 9. I think Walters runs a little shorter steps. He might be a little bit more effective on a wet field.
Alcott's your wide out this time.
That's Walters.
Walters is going to get a yard or two. It's going to make it about a 3rd and 7.
Courthouse has got a couple 240, 260-pound, 250-pound defensive tackles there, so I think they seem to be getting more push on the Red Raider offensive line.
3rd and 6. Ball's on the 33-yard line.
I see London try a couple multiple formations and see how Courthouse reacts early in the game. Jordan Brock's back in there at tailback. This time they run a 5-man defensive front. They've been in that almost all night. Oh, Buchanan's rolling. Look out.
He's got a little hole. Stay up, baby.
He's going to be about a yard short. Depends on where the spot's at.
He just done a good job of just being able to stay on his feet and get away from some of those tacklers that are coming at him.
Looks like London's
going to make it 4th and 1.
London's going to send in the punt squad.
Return the favor. 4th and 1. What's the call, Coach King?
Punt.
Put some water on it.
We saw London ineffectively try a fake punt last week. About the same situation.
Brock gets off another good long, strong punt.
Keep on rolling. All right.
He kind of signaled for a fair catch, and then he pulled his hand down.
He don't have to catch it.
Yeah, you don't have to catch it, but for a minute there, I think he thought about catching it.
Looked like a shot over his head. They're going to take over on about the 15-yard line. So London's getting good field position so far in this first quarter.
Actually,
go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, if it was a dry field, that one probably would have rolled down there close to the goal line. So.
If it was a dry field, he'd probably backed up and caught it.
If it's a dry field, we'd have probably got the first down.
Yep.
Since it's not a dry field. And it's 1st and 10 on the 15-yard line with a minute 34 left in the first quarter.
This time Keaton and Brown in the I formation.
All
Ooh, nice hit that time by DeFilippo.
Troy Brown was swinging wide. Champ Johnson couldn't get the pitch out to him. He had to keep the ball.
Actually looked like he had some room there.
He picked up 5 yards.
Of course, the thing is that trying to run wide on a wet field is going to be tricky. This time they're going to send 2 receivers out to the bottom.
London's mixing up their defense here.
It's like the inside trap to Brown, and he's hit there by O'Farrell.
O'Farrell, number 55.
That was 5'11", 175 running into
236'2". O'Farrell. London's they got some pretty good sized guys. I know you kept saying they were little. We're down to seconds now in the first quarter.
Well, went by quick.
Down in under a half minute.
It's almost trivia time, Gary.
Oh, my goodness. Quick handoff. Nope.
Oh.
Well, he had a man wide open. Just pass was incomplete.
Yeah, he had Brad Bowe back there lined up at tight end, and he kind of rolled out. The problem is when you're running for your life and you're trying to throw a wet ball, it's tough.
He threw it behind him. Could have been easily picked off. Brock was over there to help pick him up. So now we're going to force him to punt. London will get the ball back with 20 seconds to go in the
believe it or not, with all the wild weather we've had, the flags is not waving at all. So no wind advantage to taking your time here and punting from a different direction.
That was a high snap.
Get out of the way, London. Yep. Actually, that was fairly short punt, really. Yeah. So Red Raiders are going to take over on the Washington Courthouse 46-yard line here at the beginning of the second quarter.
Alcott looked like he's awful close to that ball.
He was one last week that had one bounce right over his shoulder, so I think maybe he learned his lesson on that one.
46-yard line will be the starting point with 10.8 seconds to go in the first quarter.
Well, London's winning the ball possession battle on the exchange of punts. So still running their 5-2 defense, five-man defensive front. And Jordan trying to come wide to the bottom.
And a good open field tackle by number 7, Brown. Troy Brown hit him right just below the waist. Good open field tackle.
Jordan looked pretty comfortable on that run. I mean, just kind of,
just jogging to the sidelines. It's into the first quarter. London on top, 7-0. Good shot of the scoreboard there, Mr. King, as Tommy Wilson would say. Get a good shot of the crowd here. I know you can see his umbrellas, but we do have
tops of umbrellas.
Have pretty decent, quite a few umbrellas.
He's got the cheerleaders now.
I don't know how many families can say this, but Corey, I believe her name is Corey Wilson, is the third sister and the last sister in the family, that immediate family, to be on either queen or on the court of the Wilson Wilson family. Kiera, Corey, and
I'm testing you now. This is not trivia, by the way.
I try to get this other name out.
It's like quick pitch to Brock. He seems to run real comfortable out there.
He's swinging wide. Looks like going to be first down out of it. Jordan Brock swinging wide to the right. Picks up first down. Move the chains, guys.
First down. Almost thought they was going to call London on a late hit out of bounds there. These officials are winding this clock and getting her going.
Going to be in overtime.
What'd you say, Carl?
Going to be in overtime.
I think it's going to be a close ball game. I'll tell you what, if Courthouse didn't pay attention here on defense there, they finally shift another man out to cover. 1st and 10 for the Raiders. Hand off to Brock.
He stopped short of the line of scrimmage.
Nothing going.
Still on his feet, but nothing doing.
Okay, Gary, beginning of the second quarter, trivia time. This is London trivia.
Okay.
Your choices are London, Washington Courthouse football games of the past or oldest football field in London. I'll give you the second one in the fourth quarter anyway, so. You're going to get them both.
Okay.
Which one do you want first?
Whatever one you want to throw at us.
Okay. After this play.
Okay. Boy, it looked like there's some movement in that line.
Ooh, nice.
Goes Brock. Rolling wide again.
Tackle.
We're seeing some good open field tackles, aren't we? Is that Brown again?
He's going to call a late flag going against Matt Russell. I think he's going to call him for holding. Threw it almost right and hit him right on top of the head with the flag. That's going to kind of hurt the Red Raiders. They kind of been building up a little momentum here, so.
They just had to shake that penalty off and keep on getting up.
Okay, Gary, what year did London and Washington Courthouse first play?
Give us some time.
Okay, we'll give you some time.
What do you think, Carl? Carl's thinking.
This series dates back a very long ways.
I probably couldn't get it within 100 years.
Get it within 100 years? Well, this brings up
man, that's a big penalty.
Second and 20.
That was a big penalty, wasn't
Second
it?
and 20.
Foul.
Second and 27. Yeah, because the block was in the backfield.
Right.
Hand off to Matt Russell. Fullback dive. 2nd and 27.
Nothing doing.
Not up the middle there.
I tell you what, Courthouse is they're packing the box on defense. It's a simple terminology, just saying they're putting everybody in there by the line. They're they got no safeties back deep. They're going one-on-one coverage on the corners. They're just absolutely just begging London to throw the ball.
Keep on begging.
Yeah.
This time they got 2 safeties back deep, but shoot, I mean, it's 3rd and 25. I mean, not much reason to. Buchanan's trying to get something off.
He is flopped down in the mud puddle right there at the 45-yard line.
Like Ryan DeWeese and
look at that rain.
He got a bath that time, didn't he?
Oh, man.
A mud bath.
That was right in the mud puddle.
Look at the rain.
It's coming
Rain's
down.
picking up again.
Yep, it's a full moon tonight. You never know it.
See, Manuel's not up here.
No, they're in the window.
Punting situation for the Red Raiders. Jordan's done a nice job twice tonight, and they don't seem to want to bring it back. Oh, this one's straight up in the air.
Spoke too soon.
Red Raiders got to look for the ball. Got a nice bounce.
Yep.
Until it hit the mud puddle, and then it stopped.
Make Courthouse start up operations on their own 25-yard line.
No return.
Yeah, I mean, you get a good punt, no return. That's about all you can ask for.
1st and 10 on the 25-yard line. Score still 7-0. We have 9:12 left.
Well, last year this Washington Courthouse team had like 22 seniors on it, and had some two kids that went Division I football. One kid went to Michigan, one went to Grand Valley State.
They didn't go near as deep as I thought they would in the.
Actually, yeah, I thought they would go very deep in the playoffs, and they didn't.
Oh.
It's like running play to Keaton, the fullback. He's going to get about 3 yards.
A little off tackle shot there.
Looks like DeFilippo and O'Farrell on the tackle for the Red Raiders. And they had like 22 seniors on that kid, and they won their first playoff game pretty easily, and then they ran into Kettering Alter, which ended up making it to the state semifinals, I believe. I think Alter beat them. I think it was 40-something to zip. So this time Brown's in at quarterback, and they run a little reverse. Enix from Courthouse is not afraid to do this kind of stuff. That's going to be a big first down for Courthouse. They've got to start getting some field position here.
Still a lot of time. We got 8:30 left in the second quarter. The ball's 1st and 10 on the 39-yard line in favor of the Washington Courthouse Blue Lions.
Have we seen a pass yet tonight other than the one that was in it? Well, we've seen two incomplete for Courthouse and one intercepted. Here we go. This is Brown going to roll out the pass. That may just be a straight-out quarterback bootleg.
He's on the move. He was doubled up.
Looks like Monte Jackson and Sean Myers come up to make the hit for the Red Raiders. He's going to be real close to a first down. Depends on where the spot is.
Nope.
I think we're going to have a measurement on this one. I think we're going to need a measurement.
The nose of it looks pretty close.
They're going to bring him out.
They're calling in the flag staff.
So we get Mr. Larry Napper and you know the rest of them, Gary?
I know the one that's not coming out there.
Oh.
He helps them bring the equipment up almost every week. And that's Weaver. Call him the Weaver. He's been doing this for quite a few years.
I think it's going to be close. Just under 8 minutes to go here in the second quarter.
Looks like it's good to me.
London.
Uh-oh.
Come on, Ref.
Somebody stole the chain. There it goes.
Move out the way.
First down.
Good call, Gary. Thank you.
Good call, Gary.
Mm-hmm. I called it first down.
That field's still pretty wet. I mean, it's not draining away, I'm sure. But we had a mighty storm there for a while.
We had a couple of them. You weren't here for the first one. Ball's 1st and 10 on the 49-yard line.
They continue with Troy Brown at quarterback. They'd like to just do anything they can to get it in his hands. That's a handoff to Keaton, the fullback. Got a little extracurricular activity out there, but...
What's the name? Had a hold of DeFilippo, and he just is almost like a WWF takedown there.
Going to bring up 2nd and 5 for Courthouse. Got a guy up here at Washington Courthouse radio stations doing the game, and a friend of mine's down there keeping stats, so I'll be able to go down at halftime and get some stats, I believe.
Good dive there, right? Fullback, Rebby in on that tackle.
And Matt Smith run the ball. He got about 3 yards. It's going to bring up 3rd and about 4, maybe. 3rd and 3. So big play here. This might be 2-down territory for Courthouse with the way it's raining. I don't think they're going to want to punt down here at the London 42.
Look down that field. It's a long way to the goal.
Yep. Of course, they're...
Nothing doing there.
Man, who was that?
I thought the quarterback was going to pull it out and keep it, but...
Looked like DeFilippo and Shingler were in there for the Red Raiders.
There's a reason you punt.
Well,
they're going to... They got to punt down.
Well, they're going to bring in the punt team. You know, it's not like they got a punter that really kicks it all that deep, so...
Field position didn't stop them.
If I was the Red Raiders, I'd probably split my return, man, and try to protect your corners, because he's going to try to kick the one corner or the other, you would think, from this position, but...
He can't kick that far.
Snap is...
What'd I tell you?
Kicks it high and
he
short.
muffed that one.
Myers comes in, calls for the fair catch.
Boy, that was close.
Hell, he's calling a Courthouse ball.
He's saying it hit
Myers.
Now he's changed.
Now they changed it.
Wow, what in the world?
He must not got any support from his other officials there, because there was just one guy back there to make the call.
Look at him pointing.
I looked at the one official there, and I thought it was a dress. He's got a towel hanging all the way down past his knees.
You thought he was wearing a kilt.
That's what I thought it was at first. He's wiping the ball off. I said, what's he got on? Got a good underarm, too.
I concur with you. It did look like a dress. Well, Red Raiders are a long ways away here and got the ball on their own 15-yard line. 1st
and 10 after a near miss.
Buchanan hands to Russell up the middle, who he almost found daylight. You know, if they're not playing any safeties back, if you get through that line, you know, there's nobody back here.
He picked up about 5 on that dive. Whoop, whoop. 2nd and 5, yeah.
Dive. 5.
He picked up 5 and slid 5, but they wouldn't give him the slide. Like little Richard out there slipping and sliding.
You know, Courthouse seems to be picking up a little bit more in London, splitting the receivers out there. They're out there covering them.
Whoa!
Fumble. Looks like Buchanan got back on
Loose ball is still London's ball. You would have known if they had it. You'd have seen all kind of celebration
seen them.
that deep in our territory.
Well, that's going to bring up 3rd down for the Red Raiders, about 3rd and 8. So potentially a passing situation on a regular night, but I don't know about tonight.
This is the territory we scored on them. On the pass. We don't want to.
Well, Red Raiders do spread it out a little bit.
Wow,
like
again.
Fumble.
Again. Same thing.
It's like it's
They
Washington
recovered
Court.
it.
I think he caught that in the air, did he, Carl?
Looked like it.
Because it looked like Tyler started to fumble it. And he flipped it up with his hand, and I think big number, was that 56, Seaver come in there and grabbed it?
Exactly.
Or Dumford. So we've had a couple big turnovers here. Of course, London got the first turnover, the interception to Brock, and Brock ran it back for a touchdown, and this potentially could be same type of situation.
Game-tying situation here. We're trying to return the favor.
Well, we got Brown back in at quarterback. They put Rife in at tailback, one tailback.
And he's in untouched.
So the turnover turns into points for the Courthouse Blue Lions. So
that was a quick hitter. It hit so quick, I don't think we was quite ready for it, for the play.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't have to see what happened to London's linebackers there. I don't know if they were running them on a stunt.
He went right through him, yeah.
I don't know if they were running them on a stunt or something where they weren't staying home, but pretty important extra point here. I've not been impressed with this kid. In warm-ups, he didn't look too bad, but it wasn't raining then. So,
timeout London.
Of course.
Timeout London right now. The score is 7-6. Guess we're going to ice the kicker.
Well, we got a little time here. We can cover tonight's trivia question. We'll
go right ahead.
The first one is, what year did these two teams first play a football game against each other?
18.
Everybody can hear Carl. 18.
I don't know. I'm going to say somewhere around about 1930, 1940.
1893.
Carl's guessing 1893. Well, that would have been almost 30 years after they built the middle school, so which used to be the high school. Actually, these two teams first played in 1905, and that year they played twice. Courthouse won the first game 11-0, and Courthouse won the second game 12-6. Kind of
so
big.
They showed us, didn't they?
Big extra point here.
Go ahead, kicker's far enough off the ball.
Now he looked pretty impressive. That wasn't
left
too bad.
Footer, and he got some toe into that, buddy. Looked like he got a run and start there. Looked like it's about 4 steps. So we have a tie ball game with 4:22 to go in the second quarter. 7-7.
I want to thank Red Rutherford for running down a copy of a book.
Red did that?
40 years, yeah. He sold you out and brought it to me.
Gary's been asking for 30 years for that book.
Yeah, I've been after it for 30, 35.
He found it.
He said he would give it to Carl.
He brought it to me, and I'm going to make a copy of it and make sure he gets it back to him. Got a lot of a lot of neat kind of information in there. So
50 years, huh?
Actually, it was called the first 40 years of London football. They wrote the book in J.K. Coberly, which was an answer to one of our previous trivia questions, and he wrote the book in 1946. So really, the first year for London football was 1904, and our first game was against Xenia.
Yeah.
Which I don't see Xenia on our schedule coming up anytime soon because they're a much larger school. So I figured I'd give that information out without saving that for trivia. It's starting to rain a little harder here, I think.
Field position.
It's going to be a battle for field position, and so far we've seen tonight turnovers have made all the difference. Myers bumbles it a little bit.
He's got a hole.
Get his hand on the ball.
He's got a hole. That's the way you return, right? And London's got a shot at it.
Hold on, Jerry. Look how far he slid.
How about that, Lopes? Jerry Walters makes the recovery, and we advance the ball another 10, 15 yards.
Boy,
and he slid 12.
It's really coming down now, Red Raiders.
They're having fun out there, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
It's not that cold.
Yeah.
So it's
well,
the Mud Bowl.
Troy Brown, number 7, who created the fumble there for Courthouse. He's their player. He makes plays all over the field.
You're probably going to see quite a few of them tonight. It's got to be awful slippery out there, the ball and the field and everything.
But good job by Walters there to get on top of that ball.
Yeah,
I could see that thing squirting out again.
Yeah.
He laid on it and slid with it. Wrapped it up like
looks like Buchanan has trouble with the exchange again. So.
What's the ball doing out there?
I don't know. Apparently.
Whistle was blown dead back at the line. Now, how are they going to do?
Apparently, they did blow the whistle thinking that Buchanan fell on it, but somehow he must have handed it off to Russell.
Russell come out there with it.
Is that a good thing?
I think it's going to be an inadvertent whistle, which means they just got to go with the whistle. You don't replay the down or anything like that. Oh, they are going to replay the down. I didn't think in normal situations they replay the down inadvertent whistles.
They faked everybody out on that one, didn't they?
Yeah, he took us all by surprise.
I didn't see him hand it to Russell, so, and I think
I'm going to check my source on that call.
I think the other thing tonight, too,
inadvertent whistle just saved us the ball.
Well, Russell probably,
I think he was down on the tackle.
He should have been down. It looked like it.
It's a 5-man officiating crew, so I think they're a man short. Not that that's an excuse for missing it. But pitch to Brock. Top side of
Brock
the screen.
Swings wide, tries to spin. He's going to pick up about 4 yards, maybe 5. Swung wide to the left. We have 3:32 going in the third quarter.
That was a nice run by Jordan.
I didn't put it in the third quarter.
You did?
Yep, I'll get this game over quick. We're in the second quarter.
It might be midnight by the time we get out of here, Gary.
It was midnight when we got home last week.
Oh, yeah.
By the time they tow those cars out of that field, it'll be midnight.
Yeah, by the time they tow the cars out of the field. 2nd and 5 for Red Raiders.
Come on.
Comes Brock to the right side.
Go,
Cuts
Brock,
back in against the grain.
Dig.
He's still digging and hold on to that ball.
Yeah, ride me, baby.
And they called him down.
What are they calling him down for? Oh, man, we can hear the London coaches up here. I don't understand what they are calling him down for.
Well, I think
forward progress.
If forward progress had stopped, and when the whistle blew,
their guy he knocked him up that way.
I don't know what kind of cleats Jordan has on, but I want the endorsement contract on them things because he seems to have pretty solid footing out there.
It's tennis shoes. This way he can slip and slide. 1st and 10 on the 20. London's looking to score here. Got 2.5 minutes left in the half.
Watch Myers lined up in the slot to your top of your screen. They keep running his direction. There's a handoff to Russell. Boy, Seaver in there for Dumford there, the 260-pound defensive tackle. He's hard to get around.
He's making things happen in there.
Russell's hurt.
Russell's not getting up too quick.
Going to have a little timeout here.
They kind of bent him up a little bit in there.
This looks like second-team fullback Vincent Hodge is going to check into the game. He's been playing very good on defense. It's just a matter of where do you find to put him in at? You got 2 good defensive inside linebackers. Maybe just to get him on the field, maybe line him up at nose tackle or someplace. I mean, those are all decisions for coaches to make, not for me.
Well, you were just making it there.
Just got to find a way to get him on the field on defense. I don't know where to put him, but
he's got another year. He's just a junior. Russell gets up under his own power, huh?
Who said it was going to rain after midnight?
Who said that?
I think Jim did.
Well, I'll say it was going to not rain for a while, and then after midnight it would really start coming down. But
it's supposed to rain. It's supposed to quit sometime tomorrow afternoon. By the time these people hear it, the rain will be done stopped. Time to see it on TV. 7-7 with 2nd and 9 on the 19-yard line. Russell come out after an injury.
It's like a whole new backfield for London. That's Walters in there.
Walters has stood up at the line of scrimmage. Nothing doing.
Still ain't going.
Courthouse blue lines are getting real good penetration on London's.
Nobody's going down.
Line.
They're just standing them up and stopping them.
Yeah.
Forward progress. Boom.
We're running out of time here. A minute 48 left to go.
I can't get over Red Ruth for giving you that book. Next time, turn your mic off when you do it, and then turn it back on. I can't get over Red Ruth for giving that book. You wait till I see him.
You know where you rate now, Gary.
I know it. Well, I always knew that. But now that just confirmed what I was thinking.
Well, I gave him some money for the LABC, so maybe that helped me.
I'm sure that did.
Well, this weekend we got the first weekend of our London Area Boys Football League program starting. We got 3 games on Sunday down at the Vaughn Kennel Field. Of course, most time by somebody that sees this tape, it's going to be too late to catch week 1 action, but games always start on 1 o'clock on Sunday afternoon if you want to come down and watch some of the kids play.
How much cost to get in?
Admission is free.
Wow.
There you go, folks. What can you get free in life?
Yep, come on down and watch the ball games. Big play here for the Red Raiders. Of course, I definitely feel like they're in 2-down situation with the way the field is, but it's 3rd and 9.
Pick something up.
Brock's back into the game at tailback.
It's coming this way.
Looks like London might have jumped. Right side of London's line jumped. That's going to set him back 5.
And there was about 4 white shirts sitting out there waiting for him.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times London don't, the whole team don't get off at the same time. Looks like they're all staggered.
Well, it looks like a couple of them really get off the ball quick. One of them's DeFilippo. I think that time he got off just a shade too quick.
Because last week the fans kept hollering, we were offside.
Yeah.
Someone was quick.
They were, weren't they?
Well, we've been running to the side that Myers been lining up to in the slot. So let's see if they try to run right. They do run right. Buchanan on the option. He pitches late to Brock.
Cut! He cuts back in. He's looking for Prater. He's there. Brock, woo! Good cut back against the grain. London scores again, make the score 13-7.
Oh, Hanky on the field. Hanky on the field. That's an area holding. That's an area holding. It's way back here at the line of scrimmage.
Yep, I see it now.
Yep.
It's way out there, Carl. Way out in the middle.
Oh, God.
Dang on, that really hurts for the Red Raiders because I'm guessing that they're probably going to decline or accept this penalty instead of decline it. If they decline it, it would be touchdown Red. So.
Good call, Keith.
Ooh. 10 yards back from the spot, so
another.
That's going to bring up about 3rd and 24 for the Red Raiders. Now we're back in a situation where if we don't get many yards here, we're going to want to punt. I mean, we only got a minute 35 left to go in the second quarter here.
Tell you what, we got a good, nice green field out there. That rain just perked that grass up.
Might be pretty torn up by the end of this ball game. Well, big play here for the Red Raiders. I mean, definitely puts them into a passing situation, but with the rain and the weather and the slipperiness, we'll see. They're just going to go single coverage with 1 safety back in the center for Courthouse. Buchanan back to pass. He's looking for Myers. One-on-one out here. Oh, he's going to call it.
Flag. Woo! Who's it on?
I don't know. He's looking at Myers.
Yeah, he is.
He's looking at Myers. I'm going to see who he's going to call this on.
I'm more curious who that's on, too.
On the offense. He's going to call it against Myers, so.
He probably saved an interception.
I would think if I was Courthouse, I would probably decline that one. Not let him replay the down and make it 4th and 23. I think Myers just pushed the defensive man in the back when he realized that it was underthrown.
I thought it was going to be intercepted.
But if he'd have caught it, it'd have been as good as a punt.
Yeah, after he pushed him down.
Yeah.
It's like it's going to bring up.
He don't realize he's got a mic on, Carl. He thinks he's screaming.
That's 4th and 23.
We're going for it.
I wouldn't put it past London to try exactly the same thing. They got a safety cheating over that direction this time. Draw play to Brock. There ain't no place to go there. That big number 56, Dumford's right there.
Big dumper.
He's having a whale of a ball game.
Yeah, we still got. I thought we had 13 there for a minute, but now.
Well, London's bringing in their long snapper, so we're either going to have a 51.
It's turnover. It's their ball.
Oh, that's right. I was going to say we're either going to have a 51-yard field goal attempt or a punt.
What game is he at, Carl?
I don't know. At 19.
See, that's what red will do to you.
Minute 20 left to go here in the first half. The clock almost seems like it's stopped here recently. Well, it is stopped now, but hand off to keeper. Brown still got it.
There you go.
He's down by.
That's Wes Mason there for the Red Raiders.
Big Wes. If Wes is in this mess.
That's good pursuit by a 240-pound lineman.
Man.
Courthouse will do whatever they can to get the ball in Brown's hands. So, like I said, either line him up a quarterback or let him run.
Oh.
Against London.
What?
Must have been holding the receiver that was trying to get out into a pass pattern is all I can figure.
It's one way of stopping him in.
It was thrown out there right where the receiver and the cornerback would be at. So you pretty much can't hold as a defensive player within the tackle-to-tackle 5-yard zone. So it had to have been on the cornerback.
They got to figure out what they're going to do here.
Well,
our fans are hollering hungry.
Up here in the booth now, they're saying that they think the official pointed the wrong direction by mistake.
No.
That's what they're saying. Let's see.
They're marking it off against London.
Got a microphone.
And they're marking it off big.
Wow.
Get over where I can see.
Oh, Gary's trying to look out the dirty window. That's one of the cleaner windows in the building here, though. That's going to bring up first down for the Blue Lines. 1 minute, 7 seconds left to go here. They got a man in the slot to the bottom. Oh,
They look like they moved that time.
Nope.
No flag.
Boy,
The whole right side of the line looked like it took off.
Looks like Courthouse is going to take a timeout. 55 seconds left to go here. It's still raining, folks.
And it's still 7-7, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm still upset with the red.
Anyway, I started saying the first weekend of Pee Wee football, we got a kickoff ceremony going on. Coach Mike Wilson's gracious enough to come down and be our guest speaker. So, like I said, by the time you see this on TV, it'll be over. But I do want to thank Mike in advance for agreeing to come down and talk to the kids and the parents and cheerleaders. I'm real confident he'll do a good job.
He can talk.
And this goes on for how many Sundays?
We got 5 Sundays of football.
5 Sundays. Starts at 1 o'clock.
Ball games start at 1. Admission's free.
Come on now.
And
I promise good weather.
Oh, Lord.
Yo.
I didn't promise tonight, man.
Come on over here. We got this guy split out over here. We don't have nobody over here.
Yep, London doesn't have anybody over here.
Wow.
London has a coach on the field waving him over here.
Yeah.
It's like Brown is back to pass. Mason kind of got pressure on him. He's quick.
He's loose.
Oh,
He was sandwiched. Filippo finally upsets him.
They're going to take a timeout again.
Timeout.
Boy, he's close to a first down. He could have probably had a timeout for him. He could have probably asked for a measurement, but they're going to call it a first down. They haven't even spotted the football yet, and they're calling a first down.
Huh. And he moved it back.
And he backed up with the ball.
Yeah.
Boy,
The officials told him to move, though.
well, they told him to move the chains, but nice run there by Brown. I mean, he's just one of those players that, like I said, whenever he's got the ball, look out. Well, next week, who do we got on the schedule here? I think we got a trip to Columbus Whitehall.
I'm not sure.
Let me see here. We got her here somewhere. Actually, we're at Whitehall Yearling High School. Next home game is going to be 2 weeks from now when Lakewood comes to visit.
Whitehall's a pretty good hall, too.
Is it?
It's on the other side of Columbus, I believe.
Well, pretty fair football team. The strength of their group is in their juniors. So I think London's going to be kind of lucky to not have them on the schedule next year unless they schedule them as a non-league opponent. This new league formed here for, the SCOL, so I think South Central Ohio League. It's going to have 6 teams in it. We're going to see this courthouse team, Miami Trace, which we'll see later on, Greenfield, McLean, Hillsboro, and London and Madison Plains. So Brown fakes a handoff to Keaton, rolls. Blake was on him. I think it's dropped.
Caught and out of bounds.
They call him. I think he dropped it. We ain't got a call yet.
I thought he caught the ball. They're coming back.
It's like calling an incomplete pass. He was looking for Justin Jones out there, sophomore.
That did stop the clock, though, so that's going to give him a second 10 on a 43 with 39.5 seconds to go in the first half.
Well, the Red Raiders can bend here a little bit, but you definitely don't want to break.
Well, we scored our first touchdown on the interception. Let's try another.
Yeah,
Is that a prediction?
Good. Sounds good to me.
Let them throw.
Well, they're kind of running out of time. They're going to have to do something. Looks like he hands off to Keaton, the fullback.
Quick hitter up the middle.
He's going to be close to a first down. Arabia
we got
a hold. That's thrown right in the area holding. It's a late flag, but it's definitely a hold. And that's really going to hurt them because that was a potential first down.
What you doing, Carl?
I had to sneeze.
Oh. Got a little feedback on the sneeze.
Yeah, I had to move the mic.
I heard the feedback before you sneezed, and I said, what's going on? Is it doing something to him up there?
Carl is braving the elements. I don't know anybody out there at the game, but he builds him a little tent up there on the roof, and he ties it off to, I think I've seen more ties on it tonight than I've ever seen.
Man.
He's got that thing tied up there.
It's amazing that it's still up there.
It's amazing after all the weather tonight that Carl's still up there sometimes. It hasn't been blown off.
Counting down, we're under 20 seconds.
Brown's
play off.
Back
Brown's
to pass. He's got time. He's going deep for his sophomore receiver
knocked down
out there.
by number 5, Alcott. Josh made a good play on that. And it's going to stop the clock with 14.7 seconds to go.
I think that's going to bring up a 3rd and 20 for Courthouse here. So I look for him to probably take 2 more throws, maybe even try 2 throws at the end zone from here if they can get one off. I'll throw it downfield anyway.
He can't reach no end zone.
Well, that's a long throw if he does.
Yeah.
He's going to be throwing from the 55-yard line.
Matt Smith, I think it's number 2 to the top of your screen, has been one of his favorites. They just go quarterback sneak.
Balls. Clock's running. They're going to run a
maybe
timeout. We're going into the first half with a score of 7 London, 7 Courthouse.
I would call the timeout, made him punt.
Yeah, that's a thought. Can't save him. Can't take him in the locker room at halftime with you, so might as well burn him.
And there we have it, folks. So far, it's been a pretty even-up game played.
Wonder if we're going to see the band tonight.
I wouldn't think so.
I wouldn't think so
field.
either. But
they were on the track at the opening ceremony.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, I don't think they're going to.
Well, tonight we've seen 2 turnovers. Jordan Brock got the interception for the Red Raiders and ran it back for a touchdown. And then a little bit later on, Red Raiders got a turnover. And Adam Keaton, number 48 for the Blue Lions, on the very next play, took it about 30 yards. Well, it was about 25 yards for a touchdown. So, good ball game so far.
Jordan Brock scores on a run, and it's called back for a hold. So we're kind of hurting ourselves sometimes. Just those penalties really hurt you.
I'm going to see if I can run down some stats here at halftime. I can't imagine there's a whole lot of yardage going either direction, but we'll run them down half for you right at the beginning of the second half.
Okay,
Keith back?
Keith, yeah, he's back. He's here. He turned this thing down so it wouldn't alarm you.
I was down talking to Washington Courthouse radio people, and I had talked to Mr. Byers, who keeps all the stats, and then socializing out in the stands. It was a pretty busy halftime for me.
So did you learn anything?
No. London had 4 fumbles in the first half, one of them for a turnover.
Skip. Oh, yeah.
Oh, is that one going to roll? That's a live ball. Stay right there. Courthouse is going to pick it up.
They're going to try to run out of there. They might get out of there, too.
Oh, my goodness.
Who upset him.
That was David Stewart, man.
Wow.
Oh, my golly.
David Stewart, number 80.
That's what you call a decleating.
88.
Oh, my gosh. His dad's sitting right in front of us here.
88.
Wow.
Man, that was a hit. That was a decleater.
6'2", 185-pound senior.
There's your kill there. You want it there, Keith.
That's the kill.
First, first and 10, ball on the Washington Courthouse 5-yard line there. You know, it's really going to become a game of ball control here, as we saw in the first half, in a game of turnovers. So
one play here could break this open.
Come on, come on, come on.
You know,
come
at the time they hand off to Keaton, the fullback. It's pretty wet down that end of the field.
It's wet all over that field.
Looks like Keaton picked up.
Did it stop raining?
Yeah, it is stopped raining.
Just stop.
I hope it quits raining until we get out of here.
Let's see where they're going to put that spot down at. Looks like it's going to be 2nd and 4 for the Blue Lions.
Ball's out the 11-yard line, so.
Come on, let's stop.
Boy, Red Raiders really need a stop right here. Notice they got Brown and Keaton in the backfield. Johnson's back in at quarterback.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
You're going to take
There you go.
That's a gaggle.
Woo.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red shirts jumped on that young man.
That's a whole bunch of geese.
I'll name one of them, 77.
Tyler Blake.
Wes Mason. And 34, Nick DeFilippo. And there's another, I didn't get the number.
That was about a 4-yard loss here, so it's going to bring up. They showed 3rd and 7 on the board. Something more like 3rd and 8 almost. So Red Raiders need a big stop right here.
The ball's on the 8-yard line.
Watch Brown, number 7. He's got the ball coming up the middle.
There you go.
He looks like he's got
he
the
looks
first
like
down.
a first down to me, too.
Oh, yeah, he's got it.
Man,
Like
got what?
He looked like a first down.
Tackle there by O'Farrell.
Man.
Oh, yeah, he's got a first down.
You know, calling for a new clean dry ball. They're not moving the chains yet.
They took the ball.
They're calling for the change.
Measurement?
They took the ball clear to the other side of the field.
I don't understand that spot, but that's where the official's toes were at that was making that call. So.
Yeah, bring it to him.
Yeah, stats for the first half, really not a whole lot to talk about. London had 4 fumbles. 1 of them they lost, 3 of them they recovered. London had 35 yards total offense. Jordan Brock led the way with 9 carries for 30 yards. So it seemed like Jordan was about the only one that had
first down.
How in the world?
I called that one a long time ago.
The ball was on the other side of the line.
That's what I thought.
How could you not know that was a first down?
It looked pretty obvious to me.
I know.
What's going on?
Hey, now don't question the officials now,
No,
Carl.
I'm questioning who marked this field.
He's catching who marked the field.
What in the world?
Okay, first down, Blue Lions at their own 15-yard line. They're spreading some receivers out now. London's just giving them single coverage. I mean, we haven't seen much passing. Their only pass attempt of the night was intercepted by, well, they've had 2 attempts, I think.
Yeah.
One of them was attempted by...
Yeah,
keep it by the quarterback.
Oh, man, he got a face baby.
About a 3-yard loss. Sliding in the mud hole.
Man. He made him mouth-to-mouth resuscitation after that.
Keith, that'd be your job.
Uh-oh, I heard that.
Man, nice tackle. Who did make that
Arabia.
tackle? Was that Arabia? That was sweet.
Played his man off and made the tackle.
That was sweet. Washington Courthouse had 110 yards of total offense in the first half, so they almost tripled up. London had no fumbles. Of course, the big 1 turnover for them was the interception that Jordan Brock ran back for a touchdown. 2nd and 11.
Wow.
Schindler.
By number 60, Schindler David.
I tell you what, the defensive lines have been winning the battles here, and the Red Raiders are really getting good penetration.
They're going to 3rd and 13 now. Ball's still on the 12-yard line.
What's the cheer? Pushing back, way back.
Something like that.
Something like that.
3rd and 12.
Yeah, they got 3rd and 12 on the board. It looks more like about 3rd and 14.
Come on now.
Red Raiders need a big stop here. They send a safety. Jordan Brock's back a little deep. Bootleg to the right. He's looking for it. He's going to run it.
Watch the mask.
I just thought it was face mask there for a second. They're not going to call anything.
They'd call for another
Number 55 was in on tackle, Pat O'Farrell. So we're going to force the punt.
All right.
4th and 9.
I didn't catch it. I think it was Derek Wallace on that, turn that play back in. So that's the job of the defensive end. You want to try to turn them back, make them run back toward your defensive help. So it's going to bring up a real good situation for the Red Raiders. A short punt here and a little bit of return, and they could take over inside of the courthouse 40-yard line. Come on, short punt.
Watch it.
Almost got
almost
blocked.
a block. No call there.
Get away from it.
Well, they do get
Got
the
good
bounce.
field position, going about the 46-yard line.
It's close.
Didn't catch who was in there for the Red Raiders, almost block out. Maybe it was Warnock, I think, number 80.
Well, he laid out, and what is the rule on that? You don't go across their body when you're blocking the punt, Carl?
Well, basically, the rule for as far as the officials, if their foot's still in the air and they're actually
No, I didn't mean that. I mean the actual blocking the punt.
Oh, the technique of trying to block the punt, yes.
You don't go across the ball, across them.
Pitch to Brock. He seems to
turns
have
it back in, and he's going to get good for maybe a yard and a half. Give him 2 yards.
Jordan seemed to have the best footing of anybody in the first half.
Well, we got it quit raining, so the field's dry now. So,
except for that one spot where that kid almost drowned back there. Big chance here for the Red Raiders.
Come on now.
7-7 is your score. We're in the third quarter with 7:21 left in the third quarter. Red Raiders on the move. 2nd and 8 on the 44-yard line. Got a wide receiver on this end. Handoff to Brock to the right side. He's got some running room, and he's going to make a first down and then some.
Nice run by Jordan. Nice tackle by Brown. Troy Brown, number 7. Jordan seems to have the best footing.
He's doing a good job.
Got our Madison Press sports reporter up here bugging me. Jeff Gates, give him a little bit of credit. He's smart enough to work the sidelines in the first half when it's raining and dumb enough to be up here in the booth when it's not raining. Go figure.
I ain't getting in on that.
They've got one man covering 2 guys down at the bottom of your screen here for the Red Raiders.
Quick hitter.
Go to the fullback.
Wow.
Man, he got pushed back hard. That's big number. That's Matt Smith, number 2, coming in from his linebacker position. He hit Russell hard.
Russell's usually he's going to be your lead blocker, and I guess they figured they'd key on him and knock him out the way. If he ain't got the ball, somebody right behind him is going to knock him into him. So he's getting hit pretty hard.
Courthouse is just begging London to throw the football here. Every once in a while they'll split out 2 receivers. They only put 1 guy out there.
Now they got 1. They got 2 people on him.
Yeah.
Go,
Off
dig,
tackle.
dig.
Oh.
And we got flags going everywhere.
Wow.
That's going to be a hold on the Red Raiders. And then we got a helmet flying.
Helmets flying.
Number 32, Jordan Fox, the ball carrier.
Looks like Jordan lost his helmet.
Look how little his head is without that helmet.
I see a little extracurricular. I think we're going to have personal foul against the Blue Lions here. Holding against the Red Raiders. Personal foul against the Blue Lions. Step them all off.
We'll listen for it.
We have offsetting penalties, illegal motion, offense, face mask, defense, offsets of penalties, replay the down.
It must have been just a casual face mask, the 5-yard variety. If it was the personal foul face mask, then they wouldn't offset. But see a kid just about get his helmet ripped off his head. That don't look like casual face masking to me.
The helmet did come off the head.
Have to review the tape here. Jordan said something to Buchanan or fixed his chin strap or something here.
Forgot the down.
Boy, they're just begging London to throw the football.
Uh-oh.
Buchanan rolls this way. Nobody rolls with him.
Looks back. I don't know if that's a busted play or not.
Yeah. The only run that rolled this way with Buchanan was Blue Lions.
Yeah.
That's a naked bootleg and really naked. Got 5:27 left to go here in the third quarter.
3rd and 8 on the 30-yard line. London in control right now. We need it first.
Still 7-7. I keep thinking it's 14-7 because Jordan had that other touchdown, but they called it back with that yellow hanky accidentally got dropped out in the middle of the field.
That one only made it 13.
Well, yeah.
They didn't kick no extra point.
And the line looks like they get on.
Whistles everywhere.
They're going to whistle the play dead.
Got a flag over on the far side of the field.
Look like the right side top of your screen jump for London. Well, let's review some of the teams that are in the top of our region, just so everybody knows.
False start by the offense that time. We've been calling that quite a bit.
Number 1 in the region right now is New Richmond. Remember, New Richmond come up here and cleaned our clock about 3 years ago. Urbana's number 2, and Germantown Valley.
You mean the one uptown?
Huh?
When they did the courthouse?
No, not clean the clock up on the courthouse. Clean the clock of the football team down there.
Well, I wasn't sure. You had to make it clear.
The playoffs. Germantown Valley View's third. Urbana's second. I mean, that's a pretty fair football team. That's the only 3 teams in the region are 4-0 right now. London splits her receivers way out.
On both ends of the field. Both sides of the field.
Buchanan actually backed the pass. Almost a hold on London. And I think Courthouse is thinking that should have been a hold, but I think he started to hold him. And
Makes me wonder if a little screenplay wouldn't work here. The way they were coming through there.
Yeah, I've been talking to one of the football fathers who's a big proponent of screenplays. He keeps saying that there's got to be something there to get the ball out there.
It looks like it would have worked there.
It's going to bring up a punting situation for the Red Raiders. Boy, if they could pin him back here, that'd be sweet. That field's soft. He's not going to get much of a bounce, so if he can get a nice high angle and head it toward a corner. But this return man, Brown's dangerous, so let's see what happens.
Wow. That was close.
He just barely got it off.
Catch.
He's going to get a
die.
In the end zone.
Nope.
Ball will come back out to the 20.
Missed it by that much.
Yeah. So we're going to get a 20-yard, 15-yard punt out of that.
4th place in the region, Tip City, Tippecanoe. 5th place is London. Bell Fountain is 6th. Dayton Dunbar 7th. And Lima Shawnee 8th. So that would be your teams that would be in right now. Other teams to note from our region that you might have heard of before is Washington Courthouse at 20th, Greenfield McLean at 22nd, and Miami Trace at 26th.
And there you have the official standings of the teams you might know.
That looks like Troy Brown, number 7, taken down there by O'Farrell. It must have been Keaton on the carry. The jerseys start getting pretty dirty.
Yeah,
some
Troy
of those
Brown's
kids.
not quite as stocky as that Keaton.
Yeah, the shirt's just as dirty.
Yeah, well, if it ain't dirty, they haven't been playing. This is the Mud Bowl. It's starting to get a little cool, isn't it, Carl?
A little bit.
Actually, I can kind of imagine what this would look like down at the old fields. Oh, speaking of old fields, that's our trivia question for the second half.
Oh, now we know the answer. The old field.
That's the fullback again there.
Good job.
Was that Keaton? Yep. One dirty shirt hands to another. It's going to bring up a 3rd and about 3 for the Blue Lions. Red Raider defensive line I've been pretty impressed with tonight. They've done a nice job.
And nobody's getting any footing out there, except maybe Brock once in a while.
Well, their number 48, Keaton, he seemed to have the best footing for them in the first half.
He's been rolling up the middle, hasn't he?
Guy to watch is Brown, though. I tell you what, they use him on just about.
You stop.
Hand to Keaton again. That's Brown running. He's still got it.
Oh, got it.
And he's going to get a first down.
He's close.
I'd say he's got it.
I'd say he's close.
First
You're right. Daggone, he's right again, Carl.
You can see that. There wasn't no doubt about that one. He probably picked up an extra 3 or 4 yards. Number 56 into the game for London. It's Brandon Brock, the one you can't seem to play.
Oh, in fact, I was just talking to Jordan's father at halftime. I should have asked him that. So
you talked to everybody at halftime.
It was a busy halftime. Wing formation to the right, Looks like they got the hand on.
Missed him.
Who's this new guy?
Blitz.
Wow.
Fumble. No, he was already down. Boy, I tell you what, that was Aaron Wright.
They're calling him down
there. That was Aaron's first carry of the night.
Oh, what are you doing?
I don't know, somebody looks like maybe they're hurt for the Red Raiders. No, actually, that's Rife that's hurt.
Man.
He's
Myers was on the bottom. He got the worst of that deal.
Rife is the nephew of one of the radio reporters for WCHO out of Courthouse. Just thought I'd bring that up. Isn't that interesting?
You been busy, haven't you? I tell you, go talk to Red and get some more information.
He's pretty the radio reporter, he's pretty proud of his nephew. He says he's playing hard, and to be starting as a sophomore, starts mostly on defense, but we'll see some really clean jerseys now checking into the game. They got two receivers to the bottom of your screen. They're going to run left to Keaton, the fullback.
Nothing doing at the line of scrimmage.
Somebody's going drowned out there if they fall on their face.
That was number
what?
O'Farrell again, 55.
On the tackle?
Yeah.
Yep, they're right in the sloppiest part of the field right now. Looks like the officials
Philippa was in on that too.
Officials are going to move the ball over just a little bit, I think, to get away from that big mud puddle. It's going to bring up 2nd and 9 for the Blue Lines.
You got to put the ball down where you go down.
Supposed to.
Second down.
They've been wiping the ball dry every time. They shouldn't have any problem
been
with
doing
it.
pretty good. Brown's in a quarterback now, looks like. He hands off to a new clean jersey.
He's got some room.
Oh, my gosh.
He's still on his feet,
Myers.
and Myers just throwed him forward.
Throws him down. That's number 26, Rod Summers there.
But not till after he gained a couple first downs out of that.
Nice run there. Looks like got a Red Raider down.
By number 12, Sean.
I've been seeing a lot of people down in this muddy weather.
Well, one essence, it's easier to get hurt, but in the other essence, because you don't plant quite as hard on the foot in the mud, that maybe the potential for injuries is not quite so high. I haven't decided what my stance is on that yet.
I ain't decided what you even said, but I guess it's all right. You said it. It is 1:44 left in the third quarter, and the score is still 7-7, but looks like Courthouse is on the move.
I didn't catch which Red Raider was
London
down.
has a player down. You can't see the jersey.
Yeah.
Carl, did you find it?
I couldn't see.
We can check the huddle here and see who. Well, they're saying up here maybe it's Jordan Brock, but I see Jordan out there, so it's not him. Myers made the tackle. It wasn't him. They don't look big enough to be a lineman.
So what's left?
Maybe a linebacker, but I see O'Farrell and DeFilippo out there. So, it is Jordan Brock. Oh, I guess I was seeing Buchanan out there, 32 instead of 22. He's already checked into the game for the Red Raiders to take Jordan's spot. So, boy, Red Raiders need Jordan back. He looks like he might be out there somewhere. He's walking a little crooked. Let's hope he can bounce back here. Well, 7-7 ball game, going toward the end of the third quarter here. I'd say it's anybody's ball game at this point. Courthouse has definitely got a lot more offense than London.
Got a couple clean jerseys in there.
Red Raiders got to get a stop on them right here. Brown hands off to,
He's buried right at the line of scrimmage.
Looks like Aaron Rife back into the ball game for the Blue Lions. So
Shingler was in on the tackle. Arabia's in on that tackle. Starting to get a little buzz here in the headphones.
Oh, I already say.
Well, there goes our Madison press reporter back down to the sideline, so I guess we can predict it's going to start raining here soon.
He's going to knock you out one of these days. By the way, he was standing right there when Keith said it, so no harm done.
That looks like Keaton, the fullback. Jerseys are getting pretty dirty out there. Red Raiders got to get a stop here. That's going to bring up 3rd and about 4. Looks like we're going to have the last play of the third quarter here.
They're clear down to the 27-yard line. They've come quite a distance.
Yes, they have.
Yes, they have.
Nice call.
Looks like he's got the dress on again. You look at him just from the right angle.
It's muddy. He got a muddy dress.
Working in the kitchen.
He's working in the kitchen.
Yeah, my muddy foot buddy.
Come on, Red Raiders, get the defense set. Brown hands to. Oh no, he doesn't handle. He rolls out the pass. Oh my goodness.
Ooh.
Jordan Brock back in the ball game was out there on coverage for the Red Raiders.
He would have been a little late though.
Yep.
The ball was overthrown.
Get his chin up there and see where that one was coming, but I think we're in 4-down territory here for Courthouse, especially as we run toward the end of the third quarter here. They're
16 seconds left in the third.
They're going to go for it. As usual, I'd bet they try to get the ball into Troy Brown's hands somehow or other. He's the quarterback. We might see him roll one direction or another.
4th and 4.
They just got one receiver to the top of your screen. Other than that, full house
coming right at
backfield.
us.
Looks at it inside reverse to right.
It's there.
Get him. Oh, he got jersey. Oh, my.
He had.
Alcott had jersey.
Got a ride out of that, didn't he?
Boy, nice strength there by Rife running back for
That's like
the Blue Lions.
pulling a sled.
Oh, man. That's a highlight film. Not for London, though. But he slowed him down.
Did you get a close-up of that, Carl?
Oh, yeah.
He was riding,
He was
wasn't he?
along for the ride.
His arm's about 2 foot longer.
I know it. He was hanging on, though. He's like Zeke said, get material. They'll come down sometime. So we end the third quarter. There you have it, folks. 7-7 is your score. But down the 9-yard line, knock it on the door. We got to make that long haul to Whitehall next week. What was the trivia question?
It's not that far. To Whitehall?
Yeah, we got to
Not
go
that.
across Clemens right at peak time.
Well, we got Carl at the wheel. I have a lot of confidence in him.
Uh-oh.
I don't think too many other people do, but hey, if he's good enough to drive a church bus, he's good enough to drive
Did
us
you
around.
finish the trivia question?
Oh, no, we haven't got into it yet. You want to do that now?
Well, the time's just about out.
Well, last week you asked me what was the field that they used before they used Von Kennel Field, which was the water tower field.
Yeah.
Okay, now the question is what field did they use before they used the water tower field?
It's probably somebody's backyard.
Well, I can't imagine how many people in 1904 was coming to football games, but
I had a grandfather would have been there.
really?
But my Uncle Harvey's 100 years old, so
Was he doing the commentary?
he might have been there. He might have been.
Back to live action as opposed to what kind of action? We haven't said that one all year, have we?
Bumbo! Oh!
Sandbags go down, beanbags. It's like Courthouse is on it. It's going to bring up 2nd and goal from the, looks like maybe the 11. I can't hardly see the lines out there. Is that from the 11, Carl?
Yep.
So where did they play?
I'm not going to answer it yet.
Oh,
We got to let the people at home have some time to think about it.
2nd and goal for the Blue Lions.
2nd and goal.
Got 2 receivers at the top of your screen. They running left. That's Rife. He's had pretty good footing.
He's all the way down to about the 4-yard line.
Nice tackle by Jordan Brock there. He come up nice out of his safety position. When you're down, the other team's that close to your goal line, you can't afford to lay back as a safety. You got to come up and make a play. So, good job by Jordan.
Comes another clean jersey. Pants and all.
Yeah, that's number 31 checking in. He's a junior, split end.
Brian Perrell.
Now watch Rife this time. They've got him out in the slot to the top of your screen.
They're coming right at you.
Brown's at quarterback. He's back to pass, rolling right. Ty Blake was on him. Now what did he do?
Tripped down big time.
Oh, did he hold on?
Perrell finally throwed him down.
I thought he flipped that ball up in the air. I was thinking. Oh, my.
No, he hung on to the ball
That's going to bring up 4th down, or I believe that's going to be 4th down.
after he was hijacked.
Boy, do you think they try a field goal? They're bringing on the field goal unit.
Uh-oh.
He said the guy couldn't kick.
Well, maybe it was a different guy. I don't know. he looked good in warm-ups, and then the first couple times I see him kicking in the rain. So, you know, warm-ups was in the rain.
Timeout.
Help me, Carl.
We're going to freeze them. It looks like we're going to line up for a... Looks like they're going to put that ball down on the...
They're freezing themselves. They're the one who took the
on
time
the
out.
19. Looks like they're going to put that ball down on the 19-yard line. So
Icing their own kicker.
Yeah.
29-yard field goal attempt for the Blue Lions. This guy...
hair dryer and dry the field.
There's going to be a fake field goal.
This Daniel Willis, their kicker, he's just a kicker and a punter. He doesn't play any other position. So he's probably got boring practice times, you know. Standing around doing much of anything except worry about whether he's going to make this thing. Well,
Right now, he's the man. The game could be in his hands.
We got a timeout.
His foot.
So now we'll wait a little bit on the trivia.
You waiting?
Nah, we'll do it now. We'll do it now.
Make up your mind.
Okay, we'll do it after this play, maybe.
Watch the fake. Watch.
Carl's got it.
Yeah, Gary,
Watch the
you
fake.
might be right.
Watch the holder, number 7.
Puts his knee-
We
Actually,
gotta get our people off the field.
you know what? Brown is not their normal holder. He is not their normal holder. Justin Jones is their normal holder.
Here's the problem, though. If he gets up, he's already on his knee.
But if he gets up for it,
He's down.
You got the hold. You got the kick.
good.
It's good. Oh my
there.
gosh.
Line drive, put it right through there. So that
Yeah.
makes the score 10-7. Courthouse with 9:58 left in the fourth quarter.
Well, Gary, you got any kind of guess on this field question?
No, I don't.
They moved to the water tower field in actually, they moved into Von Kennel Field in 1922. Make sure I got this right here.
Uh-oh.
They only played a couple years at the water tower field. And the old field was called Cover Field. And the directions, according to what I read in this book, it was at the East Corporation line on High Street, on the north side of High Street. So east side on High, I'm guessing somewhere probably about where the Historical Society sits at now. Would maybe be my guess.
Was London that wide back then?
Well, I don't know.
You know, as far as east and west.
Which
Yeah.
side of High Street?
It was on the north side of High Street,
Well,
East High Street,
Or it can't be on the...
where the Historical Society at.
That's
Oh,
on
that'd be the
south.
south side.
Yeah.
So it'd be
Probably over there in, what's his name?
somewhere around the Richmond farm.
Yeah,
maybe.
Richmond. Probably called it Richmond Field.
Well,
Why
it was
didn't you
actually
find out?
Cover Field.
Come on. Oh!
Come on, Sean. Nice run back by Sean Myers there.
He was looking for pay dirt. He turns the ball all the way back to the 34-yard line.
Well, I just read it here in this book that was written by J.K. Coberly. So.
Where'd you get that book at, Keith?
My buddy Red brought it to me.
Oh, right. Red.
Interesting things in there.
10-7, 9:53.
We got to get a drive together.
Yeah, you're right, Carl. London does have to get some kind of drive together, and we're really not running the ball all that successfully. I think we're going to have to put the ball in the air a little bit. I know it's wet out there, but receiver knows where he's going. Defensive back doesn't. Option by Buchanan.
No, that wasn't Buchanan, was it?
Yeah, he's running the ball, never pitched it to anybody.
Okay. It looked like Myers' number, but I couldn't see the other two.
At halftime, somebody asked me about, they thought that the one play London pitched the ball forward. And I said, well, the rule is if you're, as long as you're behind the line of scrimmage, it don't matter if you pitch it forwards or backwards. But if you're past the line of scrimmage and then you lateral it, it's got to be backwards. It can't be a forward pass. So.
It can. They just call it back.
Well, yeah, they just call back. It's a penalty. It's illegal, Carl.
Right. You said you can't.
Yeah.
That's Jerry Walter.
Come on, Jerry. Oh!
And tripped up by last second.
Like number 50 there.
50.
Tyler Rogers for the
Little
Courthouse.
shoestring tackle there.
It brings up about 3rd and a foot for the Red Raiders here.
Need this.
Don't take a whole lot in this mud.
We really need to get a drive together here, because if we're going to keep running the ball, the time's going to come off the clock quick, and we're already down to 8 minutes, 45 seconds left to go here in the ball game. It's going by quick, even though it's almost midnight.
Quarterback sneak.
Carl calls quarterback sneak. I call pitch to Jordan Brock running left. Handoff to Brock going left.
He's met at the line. I'm not sure he got it. It's going to be close.
Depends on where he gets the spot at.
Looks like a good spot.
A good spot for who?
For us.
It's going to be close.
Tackled by number 60, Ryan Weeks.
I don't know if Carl's got a good view from up there. I can't quite tell from here. First down, Red Raiders.
First and 10. We got 8:18 to go in this contest. London's down by 3 after a field goal. Courthouse took the lead 7-7 up until about 2 or 3 minutes ago. Got a good dry ball now. It's time to make something happen.
Got to make something happen.
Uh-oh.
Looked like the right side of the London line jumped.
Man.
And that's what's happened again.
Got a flag.
Prior to the snap, all start, offense. 5 yards, continue down.
Seems to be the same player every time, so.
I seen who it was, but I'm not sure who it was.
What did he just say?
You heard him.
I said I saw who it was, but I'm not sure who it was.
Oh, okay.
I'm
Come
not
on,
sure
Red
of the
Raiders.
name.
First and 15 from their own 40, so we really need
Now I know who it was.
get something put together here. Gonna have to probably put the ball in the air. They're not respecting us. There's Alcott on the slant.
Loose blood ball.
Somebody got a hand
Somebody
on it.
had their missed communications on that.
I'll tell you what, the slant was wide open, though. I mean, I like that call from the Red Raider coaching staff. They've got to soften up. They've got to get some respect. They got to make Courthouse respect the pass.
And respect the pizza. 2nd and 15. All balls on the 40-yard line. Got Monte out here this time.
Way on the bottom of your screen. Almost out of bounds. Myers in the slot to the bottom of the screen also. They're going to pitch and run this way.
Man.
I think they're going to have a hold against London. Nope. I don't see no call.
Wow. He had his hand out there, didn't he?
Oh, yeah, he sure did. Nice tackle there by Brad Brobeck.
I got a question. Monte runs out there for be the wide receiver.
Uh-huh.
He crosses the plane of the ball
Yeah.
and steps back
Yeah.
before the snap or before anything happens.
Yeah.
Is he legal or what?
Well, I know in Pee Wee football, a lot of times they forgive it and they just kind of act like it never happened. But I think it is a penalty. I'm not sure, but anytime offensive man breaks into that neutral zone, looks like we got a blitz. Buchanan gets it off. He should be open.
Oh,
They
almost
sniffed-
intercepted.
They sniffed that thing out, man.
Trying to get it to DeFilippo, and
They blitzed the safeties and they left 30 and 32 back there. Bick and Brobeck, the linebackers, who covered. They sniffed that out good.
the only person who can cross the plane is the center.
Going to bring up a punting situation for the Red Raiders. 6:38 left to go in the ball game. They're probably looking for the fake. They get no charge out of it. Brown's calling for a fair catch. He's just going to get away from it.
And they're going to take over on about the 22-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Blue Lions. 6:29 left in the contest with a score of 10-7 in favor of the Blue Lions. Now, what I was saying a while ago is, no matter what it is, if you cross the plane, I see them go out there and ask the official,
Right.
am I okay?
Am I on the line or off the line?
If they've already crossed that line and stepped back, it's supposed to be an automatic penalty.
Well, let's see what Courthouse has got up here. My guess is they're just going to try to ground it out. It's like a handoff to fullback.
They got a long time to ground. They better get some first downs.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Quick 3 and out.
Quick 3 and out. I'll buy that, Carl.
Like has number 2, Matt Smith on the carry there. We got a Red Raider down. Oh, I think he's back up. No. Now what are they going to do? They're going to make him go out.
It's been muddy and wet, but overall, it's turned out to be not that bad of a night.
And credit to the people that designed and built this field and put in the drainage is excellent, really. I mean, for as much rain that come down there before the ball game.
We had a lot of rain.
You know, you would think the mud spots would be a lot, and especially in a grind them up kind of game like tonight. So, nice facility here. I don't know how long it's going to take to, you know, with the end of the season coming around, try to get some grass growing again.
There he goes. Come
That's
on.
Rife,
Ah.
number 15. He's out in open field.
It's loose ball. Looks like London may have got it. Ball for London.
Boy, we need to
That's good. That's a good move there. So we got a turnover, and we're deep in their territory.
I saw a big hit there. I think it was Jordan Brock on the hit, but I didn't see the fumble, so.
Jordan's had a busy night.
Well, let's hope he has one busier night right now here.
Get busy toward the.
he's
I know we crossed the goal line a while ago, but it's called back, so we still got 6 minutes flat. And
London gets the advantage of the turnover here. So
32-yard line.
let's see if they can win this ball game here off of the courthouse turnover.
Get the London crowd into it.
They're playing about a 7-man defensive front with nobody back hardly.
Brock up the middle for about 6-7 yards.
There you go.
That's the way we got to do it. Punch out 5 or 6 each carry.
Nice run by Jordan. Actually, it looks like about a 9-yard carry.
I'll give him 8. 2nd and 2. Ball's on 24-yard line.
In a pretty slippery area of the field right now for the Red Raiders. We get about another 5-10 more yards, we'd get into probably a lot more solid footing.
Now the first down. Let's go.
Got 2 receivers at the bottom of the screen. They only had 1 man out. They're not even playing a safety. They've got all their men in the box. So
Caught behind the line.
if Jordan can get past that first line of defense, he could be gone. But first line defense got him there.
They're playing pretty tight up front there. How many people they got up there?
Well, they was playing 7 on the defensive front. And they was playing 2 linebackers. And their safety's been cheating up, and actually
That's similar to what we run into up at Utica.
oh yeah.
They're not respecting our passing or receivers.
Yep, they're just doing one-on-one coverage. And their strong safety lines up on the side of the tight end. He's actually respecting DeFilippo a little bit, but Buchanan's going to roll to his right. He was looking for Myers on the short route.
Can't get any footing.
Ouch! Ooh, he got hit hard.
He's trying to get some footing and slipping and sliding and peeping and hiding.
He's going to
And it
be
looks like
short.
he's going to be short. No, I don't know. It's first down.
No.
Give it to him.
No.
Oh, no. Look at that spot.
The man with the kilt said no.
Terrible spot.
What county are these officials from? They're from Marion
Madison.
County, I know.
Madison.
They're from Marion County.
They were the ones that were at the first football field.
So if anybody knows where Old Cover Field is, I guess let us know.
Cover or Clover?
Cover, C-O-V-E-R. The old Clover Field. That sounds more like it. But apparently it wasn't anywhere around the high school, so.
Couldn't have been too far. It was just out there on the edge of High
They
Street.
couldn't have played too many games there either. I mean, I'll have to look that up, what year all that shifted around. But London started off their...
The next time, don't come here with a bunch of information if you ain't got all your facts together and all that stuff straight.
I had my facts. London started out, used to be a lot of times, because there wasn't that many teams around, I guess, in 1904, they played teams twice in the same season. So their first 2 games London ever played was against Xenia. Well, looks like Red Raiders going to go for it. See if this crowd can put their umbrellas down for a second and cheer. Come on, Red Raiders. Big play right here.
They got the support of the crowd. Now we got to get the support of the team
I'm surprised they didn't go...
and make this work.
Quarterback sneak, baby.
Sneak it quick.
They didn't
Look at that hole there.
go quarterback.
Quarterback, there you go.
Yep. I'd say he's got it. I thought they'd go Buffalo package.
And they're going to, they might measure that.
Let's see where the spot's at. He got his spot almost up by the 20.
What I tell you?
Oh yeah, he made it by a yard. Nice push there by Tyler Scott, the center.
Carl called that play. And he called it before you did, Keith, so he gets credit.
Well, trying to figure out what side the tight end was on. I was thinking that they would run to that side, but come on, Red Raiders. 1st and 10, 4:21 left to go in the ball game here. From London's got the ball on the Washington Courthouse 20-yard line, so.
And we're looking to punch it in.
20 yards to pay dirt. I don't think London wants the field goal to tie. I'd rather get the touchdown. Buchanan back to pass. He's looking for Myers.
Oh, he was held, too.
Oh, I think he was
He was held.
He a little extracurricular there, but they're not going to call anything on that. But I think he was held.
He was held.
Yeah. Slant was there, wide open. And you got to get Myers into situations where he gets his hands on the ball because he'll make plays. I wouldn't surprise to see London try that again.
He held him, that's for sure.
I'd try it right now, one more time. This time they send Myers and Monte Jackson to the top of the screen. We haven't seen them use DeFilippo much, but they do run some steady linebackers, which their strong side safety's pretty much been watching him a lot. That's Jordan Brock.
Yeah. He's looking at this. He's trying. He was all the way down to about the 6-yard line.
Big first down there for the Red Raiders. I said it before, they don't play anybody back. You get through that first line defense, and they had to catch up to him. So great run by Jordan Brock.
You got to give the up front guys a lot of credit. Who do you run behind? Run between? What blockers?
He looked like he went just pretty much right over top the center and the right guard. I think he went over top of O'Farrell and Tyler Scott, or Derek Wallace, I'm sorry.
We're looking to score with 3:46 to go.
Red Raider fans are excited. Ball on the Washington Courthouse 6-yard line.
This could be all the marbles.
Buchanan's got it. Thank goodness.
Man, he was hit hard. That ball come out of like a shot.
That was hit hard. I didn't see who got the hit, but ooh.
Helmet might have hit that ball.
Man, Jordan got hit hard there.
That ball come out like it was punched out.
Well, it's net about a 3-yard loss for the Red Raiders, so it's going to bring up 2nd and goal from the Red Raider 10, or from the Courthouse 10. London's going to take a timeout. I think Jordan might be a little shook up there. That would have shook me up, getting hit like that.
Looked like he might have had the helmet right into the ball. That ball popped up in the air, and Buchanan was in the right place at the right time to make the right play. Well, you can't say it hadn't been an exciting ball game because we're looking at 3:15 to go, and the score is only 10-7. It was 7-7 for well over 2.5 quarters. So it's been a really good played ball game in all this mud and rain. Carl get a good shot right there at the sidelines where the team normally is at the 50-yard line. It's nothing but solid mud. Look at that. It's shiny, like you could slide in it and just go for days.
Might be a little fun after the game if...
We're getting ready to hit a play here.
Big play, too, for the Red Raiders. 2nd and 10, it's almost...
Ball's on the 10-yard line.
Buffalo package in with DeFilippo line to the right-hand side.
Harry Buffalo.
Let's see what happens here. A lot of times they do run right.
We got whistles all over the place.
Timeout Courthouse. Timeout White.
They're playing games now. Coach has got to get his team fired up. He's done seen something he didn't like. Getting ready to come at him.
Well, this book doesn't have any dates in it as far as... No wonder I didn't have any dates. There are no dates in here.
Oh, Lord.
Can't you get a date or a key?
I know.
I wouldn't have said that, Carl.
They started playing 1904 at the old Cover Field near the East Corporation line north of High Street. This was in 1904. Later, the Waterworks Field was used until the present field was obtained. And I believe the first games at Von Kennel was in 1922. I read that somewhere.
We're at 3:15, and after timeouts by both teams, we have iced. Both teams have been iced.
Iced and hydrated. Big play here for the Raiders because they got to make something happen here. 2 tight end set. It's like DeFilippo's coming in motion to the bottom.
He's going to lead something here.
Yeah, there's Jerry Walters.
Jerry Walters, and he's hit right at the line of scrimmage. Nothing doing.
He falls
Oh,
forward.
he falls forward for
Talking
maybe
about Garrett.
4. I didn't see him.
I don't know where their spots
Looked like he
gonna
was
be.
stopped.
Yeah, they're pretty much
They're
gonna
getting in the spot.
We got to get this
He
in.
come out of there somewhere. I don't know how he got out of there.
Yeah. Oh, man.
3rd and 6. We're in field goal range too, but if it comes down to that,
I'd rather have the touchdown.
I'd rather have
Yeah,
it
I'm
too.
gonna have it too, but of course, any special teams play in this kind of mud is tricky. But they got their field goal, so
And we're playing the clock right down to the wire. It's got 2.5 minutes left with
this 3rd and 6. London's got to do something here. Buffalo package to Filippo in motion.
field goal
That's
peels
Jordan
back.
Brock.
Brock, he's pulling.
He's got to get
He's
into the
gonna
end
be
zone.
forced down to about the 3-yard line, maybe 2.
Well, they ran it left to almost put him into a position to try a field goal, and we're gonna put the field goal unit onto the field. Jordan seems to be a little slow getting up.
Carl, we're going to go into extra innings.
Extra innings. Extra innings. Yeah, looks like Buchanan's going to put the ball down on, basically, this is like an extra point here for Myers, so he's going to put it down on the Red Raider 10, so it's a 20-yard field goal here. Come on, Cody, get a good snap.
It's up, and it
It's
should.
missed.
Oh,
Oh, it hits the upright.
and bounces back.
Oh, my goodness. Myers unhappy, or Buchanan's unhappy about something there. I don't know if it was somebody looks really hurt here. I think he got kicked, might have got kicked in the face.
I know Buchanan started to help him
out
out.
right away. Yeah, Buchanan
And,
was yelling right away that he needed assistance. Boy, the snap was a little bit low, and Tyler did all he could to try to get that thing up.
10-7. The ball. How close could it be? Oh, look at that! Just hit the pole and
All that thing wiggled, didn't it?
bounced back.
Oh boy.
1:37 left in this contest.
I didn't see
we
what
have
happened.
another player down.
I think this one's pretty serious.
He may have got kicked in the face.
Because they were right in there on Myers. Because Tyler did his best to get the ball down. I think Myers kind of skipped a second there before he ran up on it, which gave them more time to rush. But, boy, I bet Courthouse is breathing a sigh of relief right now with 1:37 left to go in the ball
Have
game.
we got any shots of the crowd yet, Carl?
Yeah, I got the umbrellas.
Did you?
Still some of them hanging around, this
Yeah.
homecoming crowd.
Yeah, well, I guess not as many as looks, but we had
Student section's
a
pretty
pretty
well.
good turnout,
Student
considering the way the weather was.
Student section's pretty full. Guess the next ball game here in 2 weeks is the Hall of Fame ball game, right? Is that correct, Gary?
I'm not sure.
Where they introduce the new members of the Hall of Fame.
2 weeks from now.
2 weeks from now against Lakewood, which means Zach might be back again. Can we lock the door?
I'm going to lock the door. There's the Queen down there. I haven't seen her since the
I saw her up
crowning.
here. Saw her up here at halftime. She was up here giving her grandpa a hug.
Natalie Willard is this year's Queen, 2002. Somehow I knew she would, and then when they read off that she'd been the president of her class ever since she was a freshman,
Yeah.
that kind of told me something there too.
We ain't had the Red Raider cheerleaders throwing any footballs up here tonight, so
They don't have any. They threw them all last week.
They must not have. Well, it looks like he's leaving field under his own power. That's Brad Brobeck, the linebacker. It looked like it was pretty serious there for a second, but looks like maybe he's okay. Red Raiders need to do something here, try to strip the ball or anything they can do here, because I think Red Raiders got one timeout left. And, of course, they iced themselves there one time. So
Minute and 37 seconds left in this contest.
We need another turnover.
we need a
Quick
turnover.
Real quick.
Unfortunately for the Red Raiders, with 1:37 and only one timeout, it's, with 25-second play clocks. Well, Courthouse just used their last timeout. They must have seen something that didn't have the right combination of players on the field or something. So, yeah, with 25-second play clock, 3 downs is 60, 30, 25, 50. That's 75 seconds. That's a minute 15. So I did that without a calculator. How about that?
Corey's line. There's one laying right here beside him.
There is one down there.
325s is...
225s is 75. Let me see, 425s would be 100, and 60 seconds in a minute.
Who runs the cash register at your store?
Yeah, no wonder
You got to watch your change.
No wonder he makes so much money.
Gotta watch him.
No.
He'll not only paint your walls, he'll paint your pocketbook too.
No.
He'll strip your walls and strip your pocketbook.
No, don't say that. That's all in jest.
yeah. Just come on in here, we'll get you. That was good.
I'd really like to put in a plug for my new building, but I really shouldn't do that. So.
Yeah, it's a nice building. Is that all yours? You renting the other 2 spaces out?
No, I rent off that new space, so got a lease on it. Hope to buy that building someday. We'll see.
All right.
That's Brown handing off to a dirty jersey, probably Keaton, the fullback. Red Raiders are going to use their final timeout here.
It's
looks
48.
like. Red Raiders use their final timeout. Well, according to my calculations here, Courthouse should have to punt if they don't get a first down. Or the other option would be go for it on 4th, depending on how much time's left, and just take their chances from there instead of giving the special teams play.
Yeah.
You know, a chance of a fumble or something on the snap from the center. I think I might just go for it 4 downs here if I was Courthouse.
That wouldn't be smart.
Huh?
That wouldn't be smart.
You don't think that'd be smart?
No.
Well, they ain't going to give London but maybe 1 play. Or
That's all
just
it
kick it
takes.
real quick.
You don't want to get many plays if you can keep from it.
Oh, yeah. Well, I think Courthouse's plan is to get a first down. I don't think the London Red Raider defense wants to let them do that.
It's 2nd and 7.
Very sloppy area of the field right now.
You're doing a lot of thinking.
Well,
you don't think they want to let them do that. I know they don't want to let them do that.
Watch this number 15 at the bottom of your screen. I don't think they're going to throw. I'm thinking again. Brown under center. Red Raiders sneaking up.
Oh! Is he still going?
Farrell almost had him, and looks like Myers drags him down by the shirt.
He went down, get material.
That's going to be 3rd and 10, looks like.
Myers will swing him, won't he?
3rd and 10 for the Blue Lions. Clock counts down at 1:16, 1:15.
Come on, get that ball set.
Okay, now he ain't started the play clock yet.
Oh, man.
Or the time. He ain't started it yet. Now he starts the 25-second clock with 1:05 left to go. So that potentially brings up 4th down with the Red Raiders only going to have about
40 clock goes
40 seconds left at the start of this play. I think they're going to try to take a knee here.
No.
At 40 seconds, at 44, 43, 42. And that's a handoff to number 2. He's get tackled for a loss there by the Red Raiders.
Clock's still running.
That's going to bring up a 4th down situation. As soon as they get the ball set, they ought to start that.
Set the ball. Come on.
Set that play.
Oh, you got to wipe it off.
Oh, man, I can't believe this. And neither can the London coaches. They're just coming out on the field here. Oh, my gosh, they wasted a lot of time right there wiping off the football.
That's the game.
That's the game. They don't even have to run another play. They don't even have to run another play.
And that's the final of the game, ladies and gentlemen. The score, Horsham Courthouse 10, London 7. Hard-fought contest. This wasn't to be tonight. That was a hard one to lose, I tell you.
That was a hard one to lose right there. London was right down there toward the end. And, of course, you know, with the other play, not wanting to whine and cry, but, you know, going back to the first half, the Red Raider touchdown, and all once we find this yellow hanky out in the middle of the field, you know, nobody's even around that hanky. So
that's all part of the game. That's the way it goes sometimes. So we'll try to make it up next week. But I thought they played a really good game after the big letdown we got last week up at Utica. I thought they held their ground in a muddy field. The conditions were not good for anybody.
Makes Red Raiders 3-2 on the year. It brings Courthouse record up to 3-2. So next week league play starts. We got Columbus Whitehall Yearling High School, so that ought to be a good ball game. So come on out and watch the Red Raiders, and hope to see you in 2 weeks back here at home against Lakewood.
In the meantime, girls, enjoy your homecoming. Congratulations to Natalie. And this is Gary McNeil along with Keith Smith and Carl King on camera saying, see ya, but I wouldn't want to be ya. Adios. Good night. Take me home, Carl.